Hello and welcome back to the field office. Today I am going to be looking at another two pairs of sunglasses and comparing them. This time they are not Tom Ford sunglasses, they are actually from Barton Perreira. Now these are both seen in the next film, No Time to Die. Now, the first pair of Barton Perreiras we see are actually in the pre-title sequence, and they are the Nortons, and they are seen when Bond is driving the DB5 into Matera. He's wearing his Conley linen jacket and his Massima Alba grey baby corduroy trousers. And then the next day when he's in his Massima Alba sloop suit. The second pair of the Barton Perreiras are actually seen in the sort of iconic scene where he's driving the V8 Vantage to MI6 headquarters in London, and he gets out wearing his first Tom Ford, day suit of the film. So you see him wearing them there, and a few other times where he's wearing them with that suit. And then the following day in his navy check suit as well. So you see them both with the two suit scenes. I'm going to start actually with the Joes because I've had them for the longer period of time. So these are I got from a website, and I'll put their name in the notes. Because I can't recall right now where it is, but it was a London-based optician, and it was one of those times where I've been looking and I put my name and email address down to say, like, if you get restocked, let me know, and they did. Now, when I saw David Zaritsky's videos on both these sunglasses, they came in this sort of triangular case, which sort of flattened when you didn't need it, so you could put it in the pocket of your jacket or in your briefcase or whatever. And obviously, by the time that I got these, they'd evolved into this case. So it's more of a sort of semicircular case. It does sort of magnet seal. Now the Joes I have as their standard, I would say, the sunglasses, rather than the 007 special edition version, which has the 007 logo on the tip of one of the arms, and obviously like the 007 cloth and everything. These are a little bit dirty because I was wearing them today, but yeah, these. I think when I sort of look back at the film, or I actually suppose before I saw the film, it was more sort of seeing what Bond was wearing and seeing what was being reported on James Bond Lifestyle and with David and others that were sort of identifying these products. These were one of the four pairs I was really drawn to. I think mostly because he was wearing them with his suits, and as a suit lover, I'm more keen to these ones than the rest. Now these are what I would call almost like a Wayfarer style. They're similar to the Snowdens or to the Thunderball sunglasses, sort of more of a rectangular frame. Now, I think the difference between these and like the Snowdens are that these actually grip to the sort of behind the ears, actually to your head, so they don't sit over your ears. They actually sort of grip on. Now, usually, I kind of steer away from these type of sunglasses because I find that the ones that sort of grip onto your head actually can give me a headache. So they become uncomfortable to wear, and I tend to not wear. I'll probably not wear them. I have a sort of similar issue with the Casino Royale Persil sunglasses that I have. Again, they have quite thick arms, and they do sit on your ears, but they do grip slightly to your head, and it does just give you this sort of not necessarily a headache, but it's definitely uncomfortable. Luckily, with these ones, they don't do that. So they do grip to the head, but I think because they're such a thin arm, they're not causing me pain or discomfort on my noggin. I think they're also at the size that they are, and the size these are a 52, 20, 148. Being a 52, they're quite large frames. It sort of, again, you can't tell that my ears are sort of two, one's higher than the other. So I think they sit well on my face. I think they look pretty good wearing them. So, they're really nice sunglasses. Now, like I said, I've had these for quite a while. And the case, like I said, the case, so you can see the logo is sort of printed into the leather of the case. And then again, you've got this gold etching. If I can, there, you can kind of see that. And it also came with this very colourful cloth. But yeah, so really like the sunglasses on these ones. And obviously the second pair of the Nortons. Now the Nortons I've not had for very long. Actually, again, it's one of those things where I was looking on the same website that I got these ones from, and I just realised you can't see them in frame, so I'm just going to move them into frame there. So I was looking on the same website that I got these pair from, and it had on the website sort of both the standard pair and the special edition 007 pairs. Now, they were not stocked for quite a long time, and then there was some stock and I missed it. I can't remember why, but the details said that the standard version of the Nortons were a 50 size frame, and that they were now going to be a 48 frame, not the same size as the special edition 007s, which are still the 50. I don't know the reason why they've decided to shrink the size of the sunglasses. Also, for a while, when I was looking up on the Barton Perreira website, they weren't stating anything. They weren't stating anything about the sizing or anything, but it was very difficult to find the Norton sunglasses. I could find Norton eyeglasses, proper vision prescription glasses, but I couldn't find anything for the sunglasses. So again, started to put my name down on various websites to say, when you've got stock of these, see what came through. Eventually, it was a different retailer where the 007 edition ones became available, and I decided to just sort of go for it and got them. And then a little bit afterwards, the 007 store emailed me to say these are back in stock as well. So it's just what it is. I got them from there. So these are pretty much the same case, but you can see there is the little 007 logo there etched in, but I would say that's almost like the 60s logo. And the reason I say that is because when you open it up and you look at the case on the inside, it actually says legendary 007 Legacy Collection. Legacy Collection. Can't quite read that there. So obviously, Barton Perreira have got a deal with Eon, and they've been producing sunglasses based on the film. So you've got your View to a Kill Zoran sunglasses, you've got Thunderball style sunglasses, you've got Goldfinger style sunglasses. I think recently I saw some ladies sunglasses as well. I think they're based around either ones that Vespa were wearing or some that were seen in, I think that Maud Adams was wearing. I can't quite recall the details regarding that because I kind of ignored them. But yeah, so I've actually not had these that long, and I actually did record a video of me opening these up so that you can, which I'll insert here. This is the box. The only thing I've done is I've taken the outer packaging off. I've not looked inside this as of yet, so I'm trying to capture my genuine reaction to them. So this is the Barton Perreira Norton sunglasses, which are the 007 edition. I already have the Joes as a standard Joe, which are very nice sunglasses, but these ones have sort of been on my wish list for a while. So with the fact that they seem to be going away, may not be available, and I've been looking for other sort of used pairs. That I have seen. I previously saw some when I was looking, but didn't have the opportunity to purchase at that point. So now this, I've got an envelope here. So this is my invoice. Yep. And the company that I got them from are called Pret a Voir. Yeah. So Pret a Voir is the company I purchased these from. So let's have a look. So tissue paper. Okay, so I've got here a couple of things. So right, put this down here. So with the sale of the sunglasses, at the time that I purchased it, they came with a free little kit. So it's got a little drawstring bag, a lid to lens cleaner, assuming like a little cleaning cloth. No cleaning cloth, or it's not in this bit. I've got a little bag with the Barton Perreira. So inside here I've got a little 007 card, the sort of, I wouldn't say instructions, but you know, that type of thing. I have a little 007 card thingy. Actually, the logo on this looks like the 60s 007 logo. Hope I got the right sunglasses then. Yeah, little cleaning cloth with the 007. But again, I think it's the 60s logo. Now, I remember watching the video of David Zaritsky from the Bond Experience, when he had his pair, or one of the Barton Perreira sunglasses, and they came in a sort of a triangular case which then sort of flattened. This isn't that. This is a slightly oval case. You can see there it's got the 007 on there. Ooh. But they are the Nortons. Yeah, the box actually says on the inside of it, Legacy Collections. I suppose because of the amount of time since No Time to Die, it's now in Legacy. Let's have a look at these. So, take the little bits of stuff off the lenses. Now immediately I can see that these have got a size 50 written on the arm. I am not going to get that. Oh, maybe I am. Norton 50. There you go. I have got on here Pret loves you. A little hashtag. No returns if you remove this. Right. Well, I'm not going to remove that just yet. So let's put these on and see how they look. They're slightly oval in shape, which I don't really have many like this. They're kind of, So my immediate reaction is, although the label is in the way, my immediate reaction is that they are very comfortable putting them on. So one of the things I always check with sunglasses is that when I put them on, that they're comfortable, especially sort of around this part of my head, because I have got sunglasses. The ones that come to mind are the Casino Royale's Persol sunglasses that I own. They kind of grip on in a way that just sort of just gives me a little bit of just slightly uncomfortable because they're sort of gripping on. So when I sort of like move my head around, like straight ahead, absolutely fine. Still talking about the Persols at the moment, but when I sort of move my head around, you can just feel them sort of tighten. These don't have that. I think it's because they're thinner arms than the Persol pair. They do I kind of get that sort of. I know they don't quite look like them, but they kind of, the shape of them give me that sort of Steve McQueen type sunglasses that are Persol. But I feel very comfortable. I like the look of them on me. I'm looking at myself in the camera, and the camera is actually showing me what, real life. It's not mirroring what I'm doing. It's not acting like a mirror. But yeah, I think they look pretty good on me. The size of them quite, the lenses are quite large. So if you watch the video about the Tom Ford Aviators, the quantum glasses are quite narrow, quite small, and it kind of just sort of emphasizes the features that aren't quite symmetrical about my head. This, I don't think, does that. I think it covers my face well. I think the shape of them looks good on my face. So yeah, I'm quite happy. Happy with these. I might actually take the label off now. Obviously they're still producing these versions in the 007 variants as they were previously. So that's something to consider if you are looking at getting them. The 007 versions are probably going to be more screen accurate now than trying to get the standard version, because they'll be fractionally smaller, a 48 size. But these are 50, 21, 153. They're kind of a tortoiseshell frame with green lenses. Now these ones, not so much gripping to the side of my head. These ones more actually just sit on your ears. The thing I found, and I can't remember if it was in the video or not, was I felt like these were so light, but secure as well. Not gripping onto the side of my head. They don't feel like they're gripping to the head. They feel like they're more sitting over the ear than these ones. These ones definitely do feel like they're gripping on, but they're not too, like I said, they're not causing any pain or anything like some sunglasses do. These feel like they just more sit over your ears, and they feel quite comfortable for me. And I was actually surprised how light, how comfortable they are to just sit on your face. I think the size being a 50, again, I mean, just looking at my self on the video now, when I'm recording this, it's not giving me a mirror image, it's giving me like my true image. So when I sort of correct things, I'm correcting them wrong because I'm expecting it to be like a mirror, and it's not. These ones, again, fractionally, you can see that one eyebrow sort of slightly above the other, because it's, again, not quite making my face look, symmetrical. But it's only very, very minor, in my opinion. These are like a rounded lens sunglasses, which I don't really have much of, other than the one pair of Varnays that are the other pair of sunglasses from that are seen later in No Time to Die. But yeah, I quite like these. I have tried wearing these with suits, and I just find these slightly less. I find these more casual sunglasses than can be dressed up. And like I said earlier, that you see Bond wearing these with the sloop suit, and the sloop suit itself is a more relaxed, casual, informal suit, which I think would work with this. Although I've not tried that combination yet. I do think that these don't quite sit well with a smarter suit than the Joes do. I think the Joes are probably could work more with both smart and casual and smart casual. These kind of work more smart casual and casual. Maybe I haven't put the right combination together yet with wearing these sunglasses with my suits. Maybe I just need to find that right combination. But the suits that I've worn with, I've worn the two No Time to Die Tom Ford suits with this, and I just don't think that they matched as well. Maybe it's because I was thinking of these too much, but that's just sort of my opinion. However, these just feel so much more comfortable than the Joes. So it's really difficult to pick like my favorite between the two, because they have different merits on both sides. I think the Joes work extremely well with a smarter attire. I think this style generally does. That's why you see Bond gravitated to it so often. But like I said, these just grip to the side of your head and not totally uncomfortable. I think it's just more noticeable. With these ones, these are so much lighter. They're so much more comfortable. So it's very difficult to pick between the two in terms of my favorite. I kind of, at the moment, feel like the Joes should win, because they just feel like they go with a lot more of my outfits. They go well with casual wear. They go smart, casual, smart. So they just, you can wear them. They kind of universally will go with pretty much anything you can throw at it. So the Joes should win. But I think these ones do, just because of how they feel. They are so much more comfortable to wear as a sunglass. Yes, they're not. I haven't found that winning combination of suits that it totally goes with. And maybe that's just in my head. It probably does go well. I just feel like maybe it's because of the more oval circular lenses. I feel like they go more casually than smart. It's not because these are like a tortoiseshell frame, because many of Bond's sunglasses have a tortoiseshell frame. The Snowdens did, the Henrys did, the Purcell sunglasses from Casino did. Maybe it's just because they're like these big, circular sunglasses, but they're not as big and round as the Varnays, the edge ones that he wears later with his commando outfit. But yeah, these ones really feel really comfortable, and I do like them a lot. They, like I said, they do have the 007. Now this is the actual 95 and Beyond logo on the tip of these sunglasses. It doesn't quite match with the case and the cloth, but I wasn't really trying to get that anyway. I have had a few incidents with these pairs, so I was wearing them just on my t-shirt, and I think I had my son on my shoulders, and he came down his leg, took these with him, and the arm actually sort of went down at an angle. I corrected it, but just sort of might be not quite symmetrical as they were previously. Maybe that's not helping with the balancing issue with my face. But I put them back, and they seem to be fine. So yeah, I think out of the two pairs, I think the Norton win it for me in sort of this round. Like I say, extremely comfortable. Hardly noticeable that you're wearing sunglasses, other than the fact that everything seems to be green. But you know, I think just so comfortable, and so I do think they're quite a stylish pair of sunglasses. But again, just I haven't found the right combination to wear with a suit yet, but I'll keep trying with that. Originally, out of the two, these were always going to be it. However, experiencing these has just changed my opinion of it all. And I think that's the thing, when you experience them, it does sort of change your opinion of these things. And having experienced the Nortons and how just well they fit and the comfort of it, I think it's the comfort of it which is the thing for me now. They look good. I think they look good on me. I think they look well with a lot of what I wear, and the comfort. So that for me is the winning thing. Thank you for watching this video. Please, if you did like it, please consider pressing the like button. Also, consider subscribing to the channel. It spreads the videos out into the internet, so other people who have similar interests might be able to find it. And I'll see you on the next one.